Hello traders, welcome to the stream. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. It's TA with Patrick Ray today. That's my first name, so it's like my second birthday type situation. Well, I celebrated that way, but yeah, here we are. Here we are after the discussion yesterday of no progress was made on Bitcoin. You know, they could keep sending it higher until we're breaking 92K. For real, you're in a downtrend. You know, still, if you look at the daily, most recent discernible event in my eyes is the lowest low. And buyers are spinning their wheels, but they're not getting anywhere. And it's really good to see that, hey, you know, we didn't just dump yesterday, but this little rally we got was completely tied to the futures, the U.S. futures market. And it's just going for, you know, we know reflexive rally. I mean, with this thing, S&P could go to 5,800 for a bearish back test and still be kind of blah. So I wish it was, you know, I was here and we were congregating on this great holiday with better information, but just today was nothing, unfortunately. The bearish wave structure is still valid as an idea, right? Target 73.8. You know, I adjusted the trend line of this, you know, on this 4-hour chart above my head. You know, made a little more sense in the end. Maybe it's just revising a little, but it's still that down, you know, the impulse down, and here's your consolidation structure well below the 200. I just need more, and when I get more, I'm gonna be so excited. I can't wait to talk about when I get more. When Bitcoin's breaking 93K and we're holding it, we're back testing it, we're making higher highs finally. Oh my God, we eventually make a higher low. I cannot wait to talk about it with y'all. But until then, it's just like I have to go live and just be truthful. This didn't mean anything. There is no fear. There is just reality. And the reality is lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows since late January. Okay. You'd imagine, thankfully, at least Bitcoin dominance not having a good day. I haven't even looked at it. I just know it probably isn't doing well. Looking at some of these alts, they've rallied. Some have rallied like 6-7%. It's like, what? In actuality, it's not as bad as I thought. Okay, so you're still just skating along a major breakout level. And we just know this thing's going higher. If Bitcoin has this 4-hour structure resolved bearishly, oh, it's over. We're going way higher on this. So it was awesome though, dude. I felt it. I felt the power of the buyers. You know, it was so exciting in general chat. We're not selling off anymore. We're not dumping today. It's the second day we haven't dumped. After, 10, 15% drawdowns of the index funds in a few weeks. But it was overdue for that. And, they could continue it higher. But I just don't have much confidence in the index funds. Eventually, I think they'll make a lower high than what the previous discernible swing high was all-time highs. That's the bad part. So, okay. Bitcoin futures. Just looking at this, man. Okay. One thing that some ammunition for your hopium smoking pipe would be the unfilled gap at 87.1. I would prefer that it gets filled because there's some guy that is on Hyperliquid. He's net short right now. 40-time levered multi-million-dollar position. His liquidation price, what was it? It was like 85.6 or something. Yeah, I think 85.6. Correct me if I'm wrong. Some of y'all know. It would be just hilarious. That guy, he added to his short too, so he had enough margin to not get liquidated. $368 million short position. So if we filled the gap on CME futures sooner rather than later, that dude would be wrecked. He's already down like $4 million right now on his position. So I think everyone's down with that. But is it strategically, is it a good short? I mean, he's got an argument. Like, again, we're talking about the bearish wave structure that is not completely, it is not resolved completely. All right, that's 73.8. The trend is your friend, and he's short in a downtrend. So he's not really, there are way better areas. Like going short at like 91.9, 92K, way more strategic, makes a lot more sense. That's your lowest risk short trade setup. Him going short in the middle of two major levels, it is not as strategic, but he still does kind of have the trend on his side, the structure on his side. So I can't really argue with that. So what do you think? I mean, was it a stupid idea? I mean, the amount of leverage is crazy. 40-time levered position on $368 million. That's actually psychotic. That's crazy. But yeah. Okay, so those are your futures, your dominance. And of course, we must say,
since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Let's go to Ethereum, up 2.22%, repeating, of course. Unfortunately, the wheels are spinning, but Vitalik is stuck in the mud. A very well-established downtrend, trading well below key inflection points. A zone of inflection above 2050, you might be all right. But even still, 2120, 2150 is also huge. I mean, that's like kind of your big one, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that's like absurdly important. You're trading way below that. But the fact is, you just got more. Like, this other level is crazy. Okay, this is what's kind of scary. I remember, if you go back to the live stream, go check it out. Go find the June 7th to June 8th live stream of 2022. We were live, okay? And we had identified this, hold on, this sign of weakness. It was a descending triangle after crashing. The downtrend was well established. They had formally back tested that level as resistance. Sell off, right back to support, and another rally. And there was such a lack of demand from the buyers that they could not even test the supply line again. They could not even test 1972. You came down one more time, and then you collapsed. It was crazy. All right. It was by play though. It was so perfect. The technicals were so amazing. Just go back, look for that stream. It was June 7th, June 8th. Great analysis. Okay. So unfortunately, here we are again. Well-established downtrend. I mean, there's such a lack of demand since the 11th that the buyers can't even test that as resistance. What's going on? No way, right? This is just a bad dream. Has to be. Bad dream, right? They're failing. So there's divergence, man, I guess. But when you're diverging and you're below key inflection points, there's no way to manage your risk appropriately. That's the problem. You got to have both. You got to have an edge, but the edge has to be developed above support. Favorable price action above an inflection zone, not below it. So hard to sleep at night being long on Ethereum when you're just pathetically trading below 2K, 1972. So that's the analysis, unfortunately. Hey, we broke above. We're back to neutral on the RSI. We did it, man. We're no longer screwed. It's not great, man. Like, I just wish the data was better so I could come here and be excited on St. Patrick's Day. Let's get hammered, dude. Ethereum's going to 4K. Some bank went from a 10K projection of Ethereum to 4K. They say end of year, Ethereum will be at 4K, not 10K. Nice job, guys. How much do they get paid to do that? What kind of education do they have? They're geniuses. All right, man. Sorry, it's the second largest crypto in the entire world, so I spend a little time just talking about it. Okay, XRP, hanging in there. It's either 190 or it's 272. You're in the dead middle. So again, this just isn't going to go well. Bitcoin resolves bearishly with this wedge, this little bearish pennant in a downtrend. It won't go well. And even if Bitcoin continues to rally higher, I mean, you might come back to 47, 250. Your upside's, only to 265 here. If things just got really good on Bitcoin, which, dude, you can't have conviction when the trend is not your friend. It's not our friend right now. That's all I can say. So, but yeah, up 2% today after yesterday's 4% drawdown, bearish engulfing candle. That's still a valid engulfing candle. Before that's shooting star reversal. It's green, albeit, but nevertheless, a real shooting star with follow through with the engulfing. Oh God, I just want to. But remember, just because the technicals don't look good doesn't mean I feel like I want them to go down. It doesn't mean I want them to. I'm on your side. I want this stuff to all blow up to the highest levels we've ever seen by far. Double it. Fortunately, you come here for like that objectivity of just price action and patterns, structures, right? Just looking to identify them. Okay, not so great. Bullish divergence is cool. Look what it meant. That triple divergence gave you another bounce here, but you still got to make a higher high, and then you got to make a higher low eventually. You did make your lower low, and this low in the close. Okay. But yeah, again, like performing better than 99.9% of all crypto that exists in this world. That is certain on XRP for now. To break 190 would be pretty much a crime against humanity because the drawdown will be so nasty. They might write about it. Okay, so Solana of 1.6%. You know, it's a good, here's the problem. It's a great short below 124. Great short because the downside's so good. But at the same time, if somehow buyers were to start coming in here at this level, it could be a great long.
Hey Mitch, you ask me to tip you when we'll stay above 5 cents properly. Can you check it please?
So Greg, thank you, dude. Sure, thanks for that super chat. We will look at it, certainly. Yeah, so one like this, you know, that's pretty brutal. You know, that rejection for 3 days, we saw it 135.68. Remember, it was support. Beautiful. Look, it was. It's been support, whatever. Support. It's resistance now. It's your lower high. Before that, lower low. I mean, getting above 130. It's a, you know how to set up a stop loss. Easy. Again, this is like, we don't try to act like we know where assets are going next. We just know the levels and the type of price action we want to receive at those levels. And look, man, if buyers are coming in and they're holding 130, they're breaking 130 again, sure, there's a lot of upside potential. It's crazy. Good upside. So it's like, it's just like it was before. Like, okay, if you're above 198, you might have a lot of upside, but if the market's going to roll over and you fall below 191, you are out now. You get the F out. You have no argument to own Solana below 190. You have no argument to own Solana below 124. None. Because we're going to 90 bucks and it will be fast. It'll be just like we saw in mid-February. So just be cognizant of that. There are arguments both ways depending on how Bitcoin resolves. Unfortunately, the trend is certainly not your friend right now. And what have they done today? Well, it was decent day till, they tested 130 and then rejected it. People drilling. My neighbor's drilling or something. So I hope we're clear here. You have no reason to own Solana below 124, 123. To own it below those levels is asking to lose stupid amounts of value on your position. So that's it. That's the cutoff, the line in the sand. So I don't want to hear anything about, hey man, you said Solana was going higher. Nope. It's about how Bitcoin resolves and about which directionality we're going to get on the next move. Okay. It's not looking great. Okay. Bearish and golden candles active. You just back tested 130 that was support. It's resistance now. Bitcoin looks like crap. And that's it, okay? Trend's not your friend though. So the sellers kind of have an edge here. So okay, Solana and then BNB. They're, bullish and golden candle. Just trying to break the 200 moving average. Tested 638. Nice day today on this one. Okay. Well, still, like, are you above the key level yet? Nope. You're just testing it as resistance until you're making a higher high than $700. It's the lowest high still. So I just can't really sign off on this with Bitcoin looking the way it's looking still, with the wedge, the downtrend, the incomplete butterfly. and you're up against resistance. So certainly, to take a long here is really bad, right? I mean, you have zero upside potential if it's actually testing this level as resistance. Zero upside with tons of downside potential if Bitcoin rolled over. So all in all, I wish, the data we got today changed things, but it certainly hasn't. It just hasn't, okay? But hey, at least we're green themed, and gold hit 3,000. It's over $3,000 right now as I'm speaking to you. Wow, dude. Wow, just look at it real quick, okay? Jesus chimes for gold. What a work of art. Oh my God, dude. Did we get a daily close? We did get a daily candle close above $3,000, first time in human history. And we're just skating up near the highest high we've ever seen intraday. I have an alert set up. And probably happening tonight. Something's going on gold. Crazy. What am I drinking? Coffee, and I have sparkling water. But I mean, it's just a different day, man. The party days are just, I don't know. Give me something to celebrate, right? Oh man. All right, nice on gold. I'll tell you, some of these miners, these gold, silver miners, going berserk. Silver, it's just up there. Inferior asset to gold, but still in an uptrend. It's very nice. Yeah, the miners, dude. We got to look at them today. So you can see, not Bitcoin miners. Screw them, dude. Oh my God. All right, S&P 500. It's cool what happened today. We caught follow through off Friday's big rally, best day of 2025. So you got back above the July 15th high. Yeah, you got back above this level. And maybe we back test it successfully as support tomorrow. That would be nice. But to fall back below 565, bad news. You do not want to be below that, man. No edge. Oscillator's not implying anything. It was just overcooked. We were oversold for the first time. The S&P was oversold on the daily for the first time since October of 2023. So yeah, it happens, man. So you would think eventually you'd probably get, you're right here right now, or right here. And so they'll take it higher, and then you'll probably make a lower high and roll over and retest the lows. Maybe get divergence. But nice day up, 0.77% off the highs. Dow Jones, oh man. I mean, we got fall through today. It was up 0.85%. But what did they do? That 200-day simple moving average that was broken recently for the first time since November 2023, what did they do today? That 200 was formally regarded as resistance, and that's it. So yeah, overcooked on the RSI. Yeah, you were oversold. The lowest RSI reading we had seen on the Dow Jones since October 2023. Okay, so they're resetting the oscillators on more significant time scales. This short squeeze, this reflexive rally could continue, but it's probably going to be a lower high. They're probably going to go retest the lows at some point. That was a pretty massive drawdown, okay? So it'd be stuff like this. Think about it. You get big drawdowns and you get short waves up and down. And then eventually you get maybe divergence or something, just, familiar structures, wave structures develop. And then, we can decipher it better. Right now it's your X to A. You might be A to B. You might be working on that wave, the short wave. So, okay, cool. NASDAQ, composite. Yeah, well, we were talking about what we don't want. Trying to figure out where that was coming from. I think it's coming from like the roof. I don't know. That was crazy though. Really loud. All right, so NASDAQ. What did they do today? What was once resistance is resistance, and that's it. What's up, Just Saying? Thanks, dude, for the...
Is that a join?
Much love. Yeah, I mean, 17,937 is resistance, and that's it. Pretty gross, man. Like, the oscillators are resetting. And that's it. That information doesn't make me feel great at all. Russell 2000, they recaptured that $200 level on Friday. You caught some fall through today, and maybe they take it to 209. You know, why not? But we have no forms of confirmation. You're in a downtrend, and just resetting the oscillators, short squeezes, reflexive rallies happen. Like people that are late to the put buying and short selling, they have to pay. And people that were shorting more responsibly just take profit. Net supports, whatever. Right, that right there, a lot of people FOMO'd most likely into a short because of a technical breakdown below a key level, and then they had to pay. They have to pay. They're paying. So those are your index funds. We'll look at gold, we'll look at silver. But let me show you here. Some of these, man, silver miners, wow. I mean, like whether there's an edge or not, you know, New Pacific up 5.56%. It's up after hours. USAS, this one had already bottomed out. Just this is an uptrend, right? We wish Bitcoin looked like this. We wished any crypto that existed looked like this. Consecutive higher highs, higher lows, bullish back test key levels above the 200 moving average. You get it? The complete utter opposite of what we're dealing with in crypto. This is most crypto right now. Okay, yeah, this was crypto, right? It was great, man, up here. Then now we're just lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lowest high. Might be going for your lowest low soon. Man, trend is friend in this. CDE, Queer Mining. This one's been in an uptrend, but it didn't look good. Like it looked really bad. Like finally the trend was reversing with this mega drawdown, and now you're rallying. It's an attempted rally. Recaptured 200 today. Recaptured $6, but you gotta eventually make a higher high. So FSM, look at this stuff, man. What's up? 61G P. Thank you, dude, for the sub on Twitch. Wow, man. Thank you. That was the highest daily candle close since June 4th of last year. Today, what a straight line up, man, after they tested that level.
Can you look a Pulsechain? Don't say back to zero. Also, Birdfeeder called 130k ASAP. Tell him he's wrong. Gen chat ideas, am I right?
What's up, Tyler S? Thank you so much, dude, for the super chat. We can look at Pulsechain, sure, dude. Sure. 130 ASAP. Well, again, man, like I don't make predictions. I don't make calls. I just try to talk about the trend and the price action to levels. And it's cool when you have that as your guideline. Yeah, you might miss out on some gains here and there, but like, okay, if I just have like this, if I know the most recent highs were 92K, 93K, we have to recapture them. That is the only possible way the trend will reverse. There's no other way. If Bitcoin up and down and never recaptures 92K, you will remain in a downtrend. Okay, so that's, and frankly, I would like to see 73.8 for the sake of being able to strategize at a support.
Thanks.
Golden Knight, what's up, dude? Thanks for the Euro. Euro's been ripping and roaring lately. Thank you, dude. We will look. So, yeah, just looking at some of these miners. Fortuna. Buona Fortuna. Gap fill imminent. 590. But like the uptrend, right? The trend has been your friend. Whoa, how did it start? How's it going? Look, this mega support, resistance. Look, it's now support. You get back up to 592, $6. They break that. Then you're probably going maybe $10 target. 970, whatever. I mean, that's what history tells you. If you break 592 and it's real, then you got a straight shot to double, or not double, but go up 80% in value. So it's really cool to see this. Remember, we're looking at a lot of things, just not good trends, man. Or just destroyed, beaten down, and it's like, okay, there's no edge. Like you just had the index funds, W patterns, type 2 returns, confirmation highs on the second, on that type 2, and bearish divergence on the oscillators. It just, no opportunity. But my God, some of these. EXK, look at the trend, man. Nice M shape. There was no type 2 return on this, mother of God. But man, your trend is good. You're making higher lows still, more than before. SVM. Wow, they just defended this $3 level. But like, dude, there was just a time. Like this thing is gonna remain, most likely remain going higher. 590 target, 686. Trend's your friend. Type 1, type 2 return. On the type 2 return, look at that sign of strength right there. So much demand. Sellers could not even test $2 again, as they already had. And this was a zone M shape in itself. Look at it was the weekly really about this one. The weekly really was something freaking else. Yeah, and I'm telling you, dude, this will probably go to $6, $7, $8 if things get nuts. But this is the stuff you wish you could, the space-time continuum, how long it took from March 2020 all the way to February 2024. I mean, we're talking a 4-year large structure. And now you're putting in higher lows. You're trading with the 200-week simple moving average. It's great. You get it. I'm just kind of making a point here on the miners. I want y'all to see this one, though. This one's unbelievable. This one's upside is crazy. They did it. They closed the day above 292. I've been monitoring this one. 462 on deck. Yep, 462 on deck above this level. If it's a real breakout, your upside potential on HYMC, 55% upside. But what if it's an actual trend reversing M shape? And we go on runs that take us to crazy levels. It's very possible. Anything above 286, 292 is insane upside. So this is one of the most compelling assets I've been able to find right now. HYMC. I know low volume, but it's the structure and the price action correlation to the big level. Man, something else. So yeah, miners, whatever. We didn't even look at total market cap. My bad, dude. We looked futures. So this, unfortunately, Jonathan, are you okay, man? Need any food, beverages on the St. Patrick's Day? Top of the morning to you.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
This data today is giving me no more confidence than I saw yesterday or the day before, day before. Still, I mean, I want it to go to 2 point. You get, like, we're in such a bad spot in crypto. We just are, because they could actually squeeze this thing to the 200 moving average and do this, and you're still valid in your argument for this structure. That's what sucks, because it'd be a lower high than this high. It would just be an high to low 88% retrace, and it would just be formally testing resistances as resistance. It's just an unfortunate situation. So that's like your best case scenario right now is like, okay, we have maybe upside if you flip the coin and it lands on tails. It never fails, right? You go to 2.9. It's either this or it's just straight up soon this. I mean, that both outcomes, like, you'd have the same outcome whether we squeezed higher or not in this situation. It sucks. God. Can we get a break, dude? Can we catch a break on totals? No, because no intrinsic value on this market. Guinness Insurance. What about Guinness? Guinness Nigeria. Huh? Who makes Guinness? Are they private? They must be private or something. Or maybe they're just owned by a mega brewery. They got acquired. I don't know. I don't keep up with it. Okay. Let me look at these requests real quick. Knock them out. What was it? First one. It was CEL on Australian Stock Exchange. Which that, you know, ASX have been getting just domed since mid-February. It was like straight line down. Challenger Gold Limited. There we go. There we go. All right. Said above 5 cents. Yeah, yeah.
Bueller.
Yeah, above 5. Yeah. Above 5. We know it's like a deep retrace. It's big old M shape. Big old M shape above, you know, 5 cents is just, it's a way where if you wanted to manage your risk, you could. Your stop would be like 4.8 cents. And you would probably just let this ride to a minimum of 9.7 cents. That is crazy good upside. So, I mean, it is almost this simple. It really is almost this, exactly this simple. I'd just say this high and this high could be a, you know, conservative target. You still have 4.33 to 1 reward to risk in this situation. You really aren't too screwed until you're falling below 3.9 cents, because they could take this down. We put in a higher low instead of a confirmation low, accumulation instead of just confirming a bottom. That could happen. You get stopped out and it still bottoms, but if you're monitoring it and it gets back above 5 cents, you could re-enter or something. But again, you probably don't want to own it below 5 cents just due to what could happen. Good. Loses 20% of its value pretty fast. From 4 cents to, I'm sorry, from 5 cents, that's like 40%. No, from 5 to 4, that's like 20% downside. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I'm thinking the 3 is 3.9. A little over 20% downside below that. So that's maybe how you could, and then 12 cents would be your target, second target. It could be like that. Like literally. It's a way. Definitely a way. Size it up. They haven't even back tested 5 cents as support though yet. Does that make sense, sir? At all? Greg, let me know. Okay. Nice stuff. Australia might. Yeah, you just think about it like a big old M shape. You're trying to bottom feed the M shape itself. Well, like you've already exceeded the 886. That's okay. That's not invalid though, right? You're good. Like these are levels. Definitely start. Someone could start dollar cost averaging in. So whatever amount you had, you could. I'm just gonna put in 10% today. Oh, it keeps dumping. 10% more and more and more. Yeah. That is a bat pattern. So, teal. Here you go, man. They hit the basement for sure. But it's not just at the basement. You've fallen below the basement, and then you've recaptured the bottom of the basement. So that means good upside potential if it did succeed. And I do like that it's diverging pretty nice on the RSI there in the daily. Yeah, it could be a nice move here. The miners, this is precious metal miner. So we were just looking at other miners. You're in an uptrend on all these. So Pulsechain, look at PLS. Pulsechain. I can't remember which one it was though. PLSX maybe. Yeah, I think so. No, I don't know, dude. There are a million of these. No freaking clue, man. Can you give me the ticker for Pulsechain? I forgot. Camelot Arbitrarium. What the? Oh, I think I found it. Nope, I didn't. There. I don't know, man. You want Pulsechain? You gotta give me the real ticker because there are a million of them. Yeah, be sure to do that because I can't find it. I mean, I think I found something, but dude, I have no idea. Well, chat, I mean, I can't even get one person to type in chat, much less Tyler. So, all right, you're just watching a dead streamer streaming. All right, let's just go to the Euro. Yeah, good old-fashioned Euro. That is, you know, the buyers recaptured this 105 level. It's at 109. It's trading among its highest levels since October. Nothing crazy. Just this rally, we're waiting to see if they're going to put in a lower high than the highest high we got in September. So, I don't know if there's much you can really do now. Like, you're impulsing. What you would really want, I mean, actuality, like you would want, look what they've done. Let me just show you real quick. A great moment a couple times in history. It's not about if it's going to happen. It's about if it happens. We would have an opportunity. The sellers, you know, they captured prices below 105, the key level from history. It's real. They recaptured it. Then they retested and confirmed its validity as support, and then the rally, a bigger rally. And the same thing here. Violated, recaptured, reconfirmed. An edge. You have a strong edge, and at the same time of having an edge and increased probability of a particular outcome, which would be up, you also can manage your risk optimally. Look at that move. Implications of this springback test, it's great. So what you want to see, truly, if you want to be the big boy, and look, I mean, same thing, you know, even here, there are shorter term waves up, you know, not as strong, but you're still getting that favorable price action correlation to the key level after it's violated, recaptured, reconfirmed. So you would really want, no matter when it is, you would want to see this, even that, if you wanted to be able to manage your risk and trade it with very tight stop loss if it failed, and extremely good upside if it succeeded. We would want that. You want a check back because they didn't. Again, you want to apply the framework. If you don't have the framework, you're just flipping coins. Right now, it's a long euro to the US dollar. Even to short it, casino, man. Spinning wheels, you know. Pulling levers. Rolling balls. That's what you're doing on the euro when you don't have the edge. Adam, okay, we'll do it. That's your euro. It's not about what's going to happen. It's about what we need for the best trade setup. WPLS, oh, die. That's right, man. Look how, I mean, it kind of big timed. If you remember big time, it had the M shape and then the fake breakout. And then once it fell back below this 554, 58 level, it's kind of cooked. And now you have just a dud, a harmonic dud where it played out kind of, but not really. So a lot of these M shapes, I guess like injective protocol, a few others, they did the same thing. So it is just it's actually kind of bad, man. Okay. You don't really want to see this, okay? Because I haven't come to this asset in a while, and I don't really like that. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Why do we have negative price action correlation to the 200 moving average? Why did we just make an all-time low 3 days ago? Why are we now testing 33.21 that was once the old all-time low from August 2023, and it's just a line in the sand. Why is it a resistance? Why are we going to close the day below this level? Man, like what? It's not good. I mean, do you got nothing else? Is there a chart with more data? Head and shoulders to zero. Well, the issue is, if you want to fib extension it, it's got to be this swing low to high. And you don't want to know. The 1272 fib extension is 1513. But, sir, we're at 3162. Yeah, that means you got to lose 50% of your value before the next fib node. Yeah, 50% downside right there. So, hey, look, dude, if they fail, new data comes in the coming weeks, right? They chop around, and I've seen it. It happens all the time, actually. We're straight below, but eventually they recapture, then they reconfirm. Sometimes you get even better at forms of confirmation, and then we're going way higher. But these things have to happen first. So I'm not even telling you we're doomed on Pulsechain. I'm just telling you the line in the sand to own it is 33.21, and we are currently trading below it. So until we're recapturing it, I don't think there's an argument to own it. That's not me hating on Pulsechain. If this was any other asset, I'd be saying the exact same thing. It's about the levels, man. And you're below the level you need to be above desperately. So I hope it recaptures 33 and 3,700, and then we're good. No big deal. It was a bad dream. It was a false bears breakdown. We're going to be kings, man. No structure locally. Yeah, hopefully they just do something like this, but they're not yet. We don't have to be parabolic and say zero. We just say, hey, man, hands off till we recapture levels. When we recapture levels, let's reassess and see if there's any sort of structure or some sort of edge, like a spring back test, hidden divergence, something good. We just don't have it right now. Ideolated price action, man. Oh, God. Okay. So those were your requests. All of them. Yeah. So maybe we get drunk if the tip jar fills up, but that would never happen. Thinking of ways to do it, but, you know, trying to be healthy, live a healthy lifestyle. I couldn't even do that on my anniversary. You said wrap Pulsechain to wrapped ether for better chart better. It's not better. It's just as miserable. It's so bad. You're just pairing it against a trashier asset, right? Okay, you thought it was better. Going for the lowest daily candle close in the history of this chart. That's not better, dude. Sorry. Yeah, done with this. Sorry. Sucks. But hey, things could make it better. How's Cardano doing, man? I mean, it's above 68, 65 cents for now. I mean, if like the bids came in, hidden bullish divergence would develop. You back test the key levels as support. It'd be a higher low. You could run back to 90 cents. But I'm just having concerns until we get price action that's not bad. Like, this is not great price action until it is. I can't wait, but I just have concerns because it would take us going to literal Mordor to reverse the trend on Bitcoin. And one does not simply walk into effing Mordor. Yeah, like the alts can't do anything without Bitcoin going higher, and that's the issue. Bitcoin's in a precarious spot, so it's hard to trust crypto. JFK,
Can we
good
do
luck, man.
dealer's choice? Also shout out to Big Jonathan and the Dollar Nation. You need any fancy Italian clothing? I got you, Isaiah.
Yeah, Italian clothing. Hey, what's the gabagool? What's the gabagool? Straight man. Hey.
Gabagool. Over here.
When I was young, he told my girl cousins I would never be a varsity athlete, and frankly, that was a tremendous blow to my self-esteem.
Thank you, Straight. Dealer's choice. Okay. Dealer's choice. Let us see here. Give me some time. Oh, man. We'll see. Okay. It may not even be that great. I don't know. Because I think the trend is so bad. This is an old bearish trade setup that played out godlike in the end. I don't know if you're going to be pleased with it, but this is HRL, Hormel Food Corporation. This bear flag was so perfect. This was the trade setup. Wow. It was all below that $40 level and it crashed. But you're at this inflection point where if it doesn't hold, you're doomed. I mean, I don't even know where there's actual support, you know, below 30 bucks. But it's just kind of interesting that they tested. They broken it. We're screwed. Multi-year lows, but they're trying as of today to recapture it. That's your first. I mean, they did. But the issue is the 200 moving average. You're terribly. Look at that shooting star, still a valid shooting star. But it's like, hey, that's a false bearish breakdown with the data we have at hand.
Is that a joint?
All right, there it is. St. Patrick's Day has concluded on the crypto market, and I just don't have confidence right now on Bitcoin. But hey, other people do. Tons of people have tons of confidence on Bitcoin right now. I don't know like why outside of, I don't know. I mean, like some 12-hour divergence, daily bullish divergence kind of on the histogram. It's there. I just don't know how well it's going to perform. And you're certainly not at any levels for risk management. It's either 73.8 or 92K. One or the other, not 84K. It's not a level. It's like the worst level. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting that Hormel Foods, the buyers recaptured the level. The trend's still so bad, and there's no evidence of accumulation, so it's not great. It's just not. So that's not a good one. I'll do another one for you. Maybe I'll try to find one. Give me a second. Just scanning through some of these, looking for a good one. Yikes. Oh, yeah. Hess Corporation was really interesting. Yeah, man, Hess. Look at this. Look at Hess, man. So, just been sideways for years. I know. God. But it's cool that they defended 130 again. There's a supply line, a creek, I guess. They jumped across the creek, and then they kind of tested it twice as support. Two of these lows higher than this low. So maybe accumulation. Trade above the 200 moving average now and just up against a sell wall around 150. And if you break it for real, 160 on deck for a test. And maybe it's a continuation. Maybe it's reaccumulation situation. I thought that one was pretty cool. But yeah, my favorite was the HYMC one. That one was great. Thanks again, Straya. It was like 358 million or something stupid. Yeah, SCHD, the dividend Schwab ETF, did some stuff today. It was starting to get below 27.49. I'm getting a little nervous here, but above it, they came in, didn't they? Past couple of days, trading above the 200 still. That's the line in the sand. So you ask, do I like it still? It's not about do I like it still. It's about, is the asset trading above the level that we need it to be trading above? Is the price action correlating positively to the level we need it to be trading above? And it was getting a little scary up until Thursday. But then Friday and Monday, today, you're back above it like it was no big deal. So you're just hoping that sustains. But your argument changes below $27. Max downside potential below 27. You gain an argument to not own SCHD if the price falls below $27, and that's it. So it's all about what type of price action and data we receive. That will determine how I feel about any asset in this community. I got 521 million. Good God, man. Yeah, dude, I don't really disagree with them. Now, I'd appreciate it if he was going short at a strategic support resistance. That'd have been better. But with a rising wedge and an incomplete wave structure, bearish wave structure that completes at 73.8, I don't disagree with the guy who's short. It's just stupid amount of leverage. Like, he's just kind of asking the market to try to wreck him, at drawing all that attention to himself. But with the leverage. But yeah, I'm just hard to be a fan on Bitcoin when there's no evidence to be a fan. Based on the trend, right? The daily divergence, it's there. But what kind of price action you getting with this divergence? Nothing. Look at this. Look how they closed the daily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days in a row. Not really correlating positively to this moving average. This is a massive moving average. You're below it. To me, I have problems, man. And it's okay. Like, you can other people are going to be bullish right now. And via technicals, it could rally higher and you're still in a downtrend until we're, again, breaking 92, 93K. So you're breaking this high from March 6th and really the March 2nd high. These highs got to be recaptured. I'm sorry. Yeah, but happy St. Patrick's Day. Been live an hour, and that's about it for me. So, yeah, man, these market conditions not good for the streamer of this. So, I'm doing all I can. I'm treading water here. I'm trying to make it work. But man, people lose interest. The more we got price action like this, the worse it gets. So, buckle up, man. I'm trying to buckle up. So, I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Here's a share of knock for your gold coins.
Hey, Blubba, man. Thanks for the 590. Appreciate you. Happy St. Patrick's Day.